All right, welcome to episode 7. This is Alternative Facts Chicago podcast. This is Bobby. I'm with my boy B Hun.
Yo, I am so hyped right now. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. Just things are just changing fast, and we need to get right into this because I'm beyond hyped to kind of let you know what's been going on. What do you think, B?
All right, so just so our fans, listeners, haters, just to let you guys know right now, we're currently ranked in iTunes.
This is unbelievable.
It's huge. So we're currently ranked 164 out of 200 in the top 200 overall.
That's overall, people.
Overall, like in the whole world. And
Crazy.
and there's over billions of people in this world, which is like it's
just
huge.
crazy. And even better, what about the comedy section?
In the
on
comedy
iTunes?
section, we're in the top 30. We're number 27.
27. And I've seen this as high as like 19th
A
couple of days ago.
Yeah, it fluctuates probably due to like the amount of people who are subscribing, leaving reviews, listening. I honestly feel blessed. I'm shocked. A lot of chills, but we're doing it.
I'm so humbled by this.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to see.
Yeah.
A side project is just having so much success, and we're just doing this for the city of Chicago,
It's
to
fun.
get our word out there.
Yeah, it's fun for us. We're not trying to get any monetary value out of it. We just love podcasting. We love just speaking about just our city, people, and just trying to make
For sure.
things better for the community.
For sure, we appreciate that, and the love and support has been amazing from family, friends, just to be spreading out, and people giving us topic tips
And other podcasters.
other podcasters as well too. So we really appreciate the support. It's just been amazing. And speaking of, with a lot of good things going on right now, we need to plug and remind you. I know we announced on last episode that we will be guests on NBC Sports Radio with our guy Dave Smith, who's a good dude. Saturday, June 10th, NBCSportsRadio.com. We will kick out the link this week. It'll also be on Sirius XM channel, I think 212, 213 for about a segment on all things Chicago sports and a Just Talk podcasting. So
Can't wait. Bears, Bulls, Cubs, White Sox, Blackhawks. Anything you think of, I can't wait.
we can't wait to slander them all. be ready.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Be ready. And then also, we are honored to be a part of a podcast panel that we're currently doing. So we'll be doing that this Sunday, I believe June 4th.
I think it is. Yep.
And we'll be, June 4th, we'll be working with Royal Beings. We'll be talking about like the podcasting, the platform, how it affects community.
Exactly.
How we can basically get the word out to like the masses, how we've been able to really climb up there within the podcasting world. So I mean, it's an honor, and it's a real big deal for us to be speaking.
That's a good look. It's a great look for us, and like I said, just the word is spreading, and it's good to be able to be out there for the community and tell our ideas and help others, and we're not, the best of what we do as of yet in getting there, and we're always open to hearing other people's opinions from other podcasts and see what they've done to be successful as well.
So once again, we can't wait. It's going to be in downtown Chicago, June 4th, this Sunday. And then I think that they're going to be doing a short film, taking on some of the footage from it. So
Correct.
Whenever that releases,
I think they said sometime in July.
Yeah, sometime in July. We'll make sure to tweet that out to our followers. So we can't wait. It's an honor
for sure. So for Royal Beings, we thank you. We appreciate it. It's going to be a good time this upcoming Sunday. And like I said, with NBC Sports Radio, we'll get those details out to you soon as well.
Yep.
And awesome. And before we get into all of our topics,
all right.
You've had a crazy couple weeks.
Yeah.
And we can't just let you not talk about your trip to Europe, man.
Yeah.
Where you been the past couple weeks?
Man.
Just been ghost.
Yeah, I just been ghost. Honestly, So me and Haley, we took a trip over there overseas. So we went to Amsterdam, Rome, Paris. It was great. It was awesome. We kind of went on a similar trip to like Donald Trump, which is kind of weird. So we kind of took
You made it out alive though.
Yeah, we made it out alive. Like I think wherever we was at, he was at too. So it was pretty dope. The people out there, super chill, super cool. Hip hop is huge out there.
Really?
Yes, American American cultures is big out there, and it's just cool just to be able to kind of chop it up with all different types of people from various backgrounds, different languages. We saw a lot. Saw like the Pantheon, the Coliseum. Had a chance to walk the red of Rome. Had a chance to walk the red light district in Amsterdam.
Man, so you're a world traveler.
Man, Paris. We saw the Eiffel Tower. Did the boat tour. We already been in Paris before, but it was cool just to kind of revisit. So it's it was an awesome trip, and I definitely needed to recharge the batteries. And I was plugging our podcast.
Better have. That was my next question. Better been getting the word out.
Oh yeah, I was definitely getting the word out there, and I've already peeped that we're starting to get them international listeners. So,
I noticed that some from overseas. Like, who are these random people?
Even though you think that I won't work, and you called me out on Twitter. When we were having our altercation, like we always do. But I was out there working, so it was an awesome trip, and I'm just happy to be back, and just to kind of come back and see, the hard work you guys been doing on just kind of getting us out there and about on iTunes and SoundCloud. So it was an awesome trip, coming back to great results. So yeah, it was great. I can't wait.
Now you ready to go?
I'm ready to go and kill the rest of this year.
It has been a great year so far.
Yeah. So
man, you've been a world traveler. So glad to see you back. You rested?
Oh, I'm rested. I'm ready to go.
Man,
no jet lag.
Because I'm ready to get you this episode.
All right.
And this is the first topic. What is it, man?
NBA Finals 2017. It's the heavyweight matchup, the Thriller in Manila. We have the Golden State Warriors versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron versus Curry. LeBron versus Durant. LeBron versus Thompson. LeBron versus Durant. So it's just LeBron and Kyrie. He's an awesome Robin, but it's the matchup we've been arguing about. Everyone has been talking about for the past couple of years.
Man, I've seen like social media. I've seen people almost like ready to like get in the fight. So we're talking about these series. Like, it's not that deep, but the people that do, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I saw your Facebook post. It was just like by like 1 hour, it was already over 100 comments.
I had to like literally like take the notifications off because people were just like going back and forth. I couldn't even keep up with it.
Yeah,
it's just like everyone's just so emotionally invested in the series and just these past couple of years with it. It's almost like must-see TV.
Yeah, because I have to admit, I know that I was fighting you on just kind of like the playoffs being horrible because I'm such a huge NBA fan, and I did not want to just kind of slander the NBA like that, but I've seen the vision. And yeah, you're right. It wasn't much parity there. It was pretty bad playoffs. However, I'm just happy that we have the teams that we want to be in the finals, and I think that the Warriors are going to take it in 6 games.
6 games.
Warriors 4-2.
6 games
easily.
And you say easily.
Easily.
Okay, let's before I give my rebuttal, what's your reason why you think easily?
So essentially, everyone's healthy. They added in my elbows are ready to get thrown at your neck. Matt Barnes. He's a goon. So they added Matt Barnes. He's better than Harrison Barnes. So I think he's going to give him some added, like, kind of like muscle, like kind of the goonish guy you need. And then on top of that, I really like the way JaVale's been playing. I know he gets a bad rap for being a goofy, kind of dumb guy, but as long as he's playing under control, he's one of the most athletic centers under control, just athleticism-wise. He's not the smartest. And then, but on top of that, I mean, come on, you got Thompson, you got Draymond, Curry, and then obviously the X factor, Durant. He left the Thunder last season, and now he's already back into the finals. I think his second finals ever.
Okay, yeah, it's second.
So, he lost to LeBron, his first one ever. And I think that was like LeBron's first ring, if I'm not mistaken.
And he played like trash that series, too, by the way.
Yeah, he played like trash that series. Harden played even more trash, but that's another subject. So I just think that right now, KD's hungry. He's ready to win his first ring because he knows if he loses, he's going to get he's going to get slandered because he literally put a target on his back after he left OKC.
Okay.
So for him, it's kind of like what happened to LeBron when he left the Cavs for Miami. Anything he did, people are going to kill him if he didn't win the championship, and he did in that first season. But his second year, he quieted all the haters. So I think KD's hungry. He needs this because if not, we are going to crush him.
He's gonna get crushed for this, regardless.
No, if he wins, we all forget about it. Winning cures all.
Like when LeBron went to Miami, people were slandering him, and the second that they won, people let it go and they moved on. So
yeah,
but it's not going to happen though. And the reason why I know it's not going to happen is, for one, the odds makers are calling it such a high percentage that Golden State's going to win. Like, are you that confident that the defending champions, who are almost better than last season, are that much worse now for facing Golden State. I think that's a big thing, a big mess up on their part, and I think it's just going to give Cleveland even more motivation. That's why when Kevin Love had that interview saying, it's crazy that they're underdogs in this series. That's just unbelievable. LeBron's playing probably the best he's ever played in the history of his basketball career, which is crazy. The fact that he's keep getting better. Kyrie is a stone cold killer. Like at the last 5 minutes of a game, I'm taking him over anyone that Golden State has. He matches up well with Curry. Curry has been choking the past 2 playoffs. He has not played well. Kevin Durant, we need to see this in the finals. I'm just not sold as of yet to where I think Cleveland, the way they're playing, just the rhythm of their team, at least for one more season, that's why I'm calling 7 games, just like last season. Cleveland will win. It's just their time. They got Darren Williams now coming off the bench, Kyle Korver. They're just a deeper team, J.R. Smith. I haven't even mentioned Shumpert, Thompson.
Trash.
I think just overall, I think they're hungrier for it this season. And I just think Kevin Durant's going to choke. I think Curry's going to choke. I think all your boys are just going to choke on us. And I think they're putting too much pressure thinking they're just going to cakewalk.
All right, yeah, you might as well add James Jones to there as well.
Exactly.
But, however, just, my final rebuttal.
Okay.
So, essentially, the Cavs, they were one of the worst defensive teams of last year. And I think they finished in the bottom half of I think 2025 or something in the league last year. So, or this past season.
Right.
And that's very uncharacteristic of a LeBron James team. Usually they're pretty good defensively. So that's a red flag for me. I would say the Warriors, on the other hand, they finished in the top 2. I think there were 1 or 2, them and the Spurs. So the Warriors, they can lock you down.
Okay.
And on top of that, everyone's healthy. Curry was hurt like last season, and I think this year everyone's healthy. That's the biggest difference on both sides.
Yep.
So I really honestly think that as long as Draymond plays under control, Thompson, he's just playing his role. When you're open, you're hot, keep shooting. As long as KD he just plays loose, doesn't tense up, and then if Curry just makes sure he just stay in front of Kyrie. Just stay in front of Kyrie.
Yeah, that's his best bet. Stay in front of him, buddy.
Yeah, stay in front of him.
The only way he's still going to get torched.
I can't front. Kyrie's one of the sickest.
He's the man
ball
right
handlers
now.
of all time. But I think if the Warriors do that and just play defense,
Okay.
I think they have a better chance.
They will have a good chance.
That makes them have a better chance.
Okay, and I will not if they win, I will not be surprised. I'm not saying it's 1,000% Cleveland's going to win, but I'm putting my money on them. I think it's just their time for all the reasons you say. They're hungry. They're just going to do it. Steph Curry, the last couple of playoffs in the finals, he has not played that great. So just don't assume that he's all of a sudden going to play great in the finals again.
But his legacy's on the line.
It can be for a lot of people when you see like what happens, whether you show up or not. Kevin Durant's legacy's on the line.
Yeah.
But you know what? Cleveland's is too. They got a lot to play for.
Yep,
they want to defend
exactly.
their title. They got a little things going on. So you're going Golden State in 6.
I'm going, Who do you, and
Cleveland
then,
in
Cleveland
7.
in 7. So, and the game 1 is tomorrow
night,
which will be Thursday.
Yep. Leave your comments everywhere. We want to hear your predictions.
Yes.
I know this is a hot debate, but it's time to make your picks. If you're going back and forth, you need to know by now.
Yep.
Too many people saying Golden State in 4 though. That's just crazy.
No, that's nuts. Like LeBron is LeBron, and he's one of the one of the GOATs, the best small forward that has position. So I'm not going to call it a sweep. It's going to be a struggle, but I just think that they'll end in 6 games. So we'll see. That's why they play the game.
For sure, man. My heart hurts right now. We got to get into this because, man, this is my guy, man. I hate it had to be Tiger Woods.
I hate it had to be him.
I hate it had to be him. That was our guy, man. We all love Tiger Woods, but I feel like once they all come up, like some point they must come down, man.
What? All right. What happened?
What?
What happened to Tiger?
Oh, just overall.
It's just overall, like, just kind of give me, because I know you're a big Tiger fan.
Yeah.
So like how can and I think I was tweeting about this, and we we're talking to like some of our fans online the other night. How can a guy with that much star power? I think after Michael Jordan, he was like the next big face of Nike, right?
Agreed.
How can a guy like that just fall from like so high? Like how does that happen?
It's crazy. I guess just with money and power and fame, I feel like at some point it just might, take any and everyone down. It just depends like how you react to it. Tiger was a man up, when he had his wife, and then remember that time he got caught cheating. I feel like that specific moment like when she busted like with his golf club like through his windows or something like that. That moment
that shook him.
That like ended his like career. Like that was the moment in time where like Tiger lost all his mystique. Like everyone thought Tiger was just like the perfect person, like just could golf amazing.
A lot of skeletons.
Yeah, a lot of skeletons came out. Like he started getting hurt, like massive injuries, like season-ending injuries, like back, Achilles, just like major things. To where once you start, feeling that, it just keeps getting worse, like over the years. Yeah. So, and then he was caught up with the other like big sex scandal. Then he had to go to like rehab for like being addicted to sex or something like that. Yeah. Like that, it was just one string after another, and then he just couldn't get right. And golf's such a mental sport. He's probably just messed up in the head. He just like lost it. Like all he had is just gone. And it's crazy to see.
And I know it's crazy. And just to give our listeners a bit of a backstory.
Yep.
So I think the other night or 2 days ago, he was stopped out in Jupiter, Florida for like a DUI.
Right.
And the cops said, I think they said it was alcohol.
They found him like sleeping at the wheel.
Yeah. The Tiger said he was on prescription drugs, which for all we know, he might be abusing drugs because he's always in surgery. He's always hurt. This guy's probably popping oxys like they're Tic Tacs. So for Tiger, he's in a spot where I think Jack Nicholson or or Nicholas, whatever his name is, but he's like the legendary golfer.
Right.
I think he mentioned today like he doesn't think Tiger's going to catch him anymore.
No, he's definitely not. He's still 9? I'm wrong on being fact checked right now, so I'm sorry if I get this wrong. He's still 9+ away. Let me know if I'm wrong. I'm sure you'll let me know, but I think he's still like a ways away to where he's not going to win, like, almost maybe any major ever again. I think he said he hasn't won a major since, like, 2007, 2008. Like, it doesn't seem that long.
That's so long.
Like,
man.
It's forever ago, right? It seemed like it would have been, like, a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like, it's
so he's been washed for a very long time. And Tiger is, like, he's, like, the only guy that I know that somehow, his like his skeletons came out the closet, and it just like and the skeletons was basically what a lot of famous men
it happens to a lot of them
power tend to kind of succumb to, just like the whole side chick thing and getting caught up in that mess. But he just lost all his powers.
Yeah, he lost all the swags. Like his swag man was gone.
His wife took his swag away, and
like he went from like Superman to like nothing. Like he lost his cape, bro.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't see his wife anywhere.
No,
she's super low key.
She probably got cashed out.
Yeah, it's like she's chilling, and Tiger he's just being a bum. Like I think
exactly.
He's all right. So I want to ask you this, because I want to know your opinion. Is Tiger close to 30 for 30 status?
I think even
should we be alerted?
Probably even that. He'll end up with like a motion picture movie, like when it's all said and done. Man, his story is like legendary. Yeah. Like the story that they can have for Tiger Woods. But yeah, definitely 30 for 30. He just had a crazy run. And I always just root for him. Like, man, come on, like one more tournament. Like whenever he's out there, I'm like, man, maybe he'll be the Tiger of old. I think everyone does it for the most part.
Yeah, and like right now with golf, like I don't keep up with golf. I'm not a big golf fan, just
not
because
really.
There's. It's pretty vanilla.
Yeah, like there's some stars.
No pun intended. and it's just like Tiger, it gave it some intrigue. Like you said, it was mystique behind it all. And now like he's not in there. It's sad, and I don't know if he's ever going to recover.
Yeah, golf's decent. You still watch like all the major sports, the Masters and all that, but you don't go in with that same pizzazz and fire because Tiger's not in. For a lot of us, I feel with the ratings gone down, they would tend to agree.
Yeah.
But before we get off sports and hope Tiger, you work it out. Who won that Bryce Harper fight?
All right, man. Hunter Strickland got them hands for a picture. Because Bryce Strickland threw that helmet to Jupiter or whatever he threw. He threw his helmet to the side.
Why did he throw it to the side like that?
He should have threw it at Hunter if he was smart, just to throw him off. And then after that, just kind of give him the hands. But Bryce came through full speed. He thought he was going to connect. Hunter just kind of dodged him side to side and just caught him. He caught him on the first blow.
Yeah, he did.
And then Bryce eventually got his one blow, and then Hunter jabbed him a couple times real quick, and then they broke it up. So for me, Hunter put them hands to Bryce.
You think he won?
Yeah, I think he won that fight easily.
I think just for little Bryce Harper trying to get out there and go at Hunter Strickland. Hunter Strickland's a big dude.
Yeah, he got no business.
He should. And I don't know what it was with the helmet part. Like, why didn't he like actually throw it at him? Like maybe he was trying to and like slipped and went to the side. Like,
I think that's what happened.
It looked incredibly awkward. Like, it was happening so fast he didn't know what was going on. But he had to he took a couple shots, but he actually got one in. So
wait, so who you think won?
I call that a draw. That was no real winner.
A draw.
Yeah, that was no real winner.
He ran up on him and got connected.
I feel
on
like
first.
They both got one clean shot in, it's a draw. That's what I think. So I think you think Strickland won for
yeah,
sure?
man. I think Strickland gave him the two Mayweather jabs at the end, real quick. It was real quick ones. You probably couldn't really see like to the naked eye, but he gave them to him. So for me, I'm going with Strickland.
Nah, the listeners will leave some comments on who they think they won. They know on that it was either a draw or
and Strickland's a pitcher.
Of course. But Harper's like half his size. He hung with him a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
It's all good. But I think I saw that Harper's suspension got reduced to 3 games.
Yeah, I saw that.
think Strickland's at 3 or 4 games too. So they won't miss that much time. He can go chill in Hawaii for a couple of days and get some rest.
Yep,
absolutely. Before we keep going on, this portion of the podcast is sponsored by Green Wave Dispensary, downtown Lansing, Michigan, conveniently located on the corner of Oakland and Cedar. For all your cannabis products and more, check out our boys in Lansing, Michigan. This dispensary is not in Illinois, Michigan folks only. Their website is greenwave.co. Again, that is greenwave.co. And before we hop off of that, remember we're always, on the lookout for future sponsors. Things are going great. We have a lot of big plans in the works. So, make sure you hit us up, alternativefactchicago@gmail.com. And remember that 50% of all our sponsorship proceeds go to Chicago public schools. So it's a great cause. We're always doing this for the city and to give back. So, things are happening for us and things are moving. So we appreciate all of the support. Man, what's next? We get in some Chicago talk.
Yes, my favorite.
Oh, yeah, you've been waiting for this segment.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, so right now, and I think 2016 or going into 2017, they're bringing in some. I think Democrats voted in some tax hikes.
Right.
So essentially, I think it was 1 or 2% or something in regards to like personal income tax, and then on top of that, so the Illinois Senate, they passed a major tax hike, but they said it's unlikely to become law. But the fact that the Democrats passed legislation that would have us taxed at almost 1%, on our personal taxes, and then on top of that, almost a full 1%, and then on top of that, corporate taxes would be hiked from 5.2% to 7%, which is huge. So overall, they said that these tax hikes would bring in $4.5 billion to Illinois. However, it's just we're getting hit for that.
A huge hit for that.
It's huge. And I think right now with Democrats and everything that's going on with the country, really going through a huge pendulum swing, you shouldn't be doing that in Illinois.
No, that's the last state they need to be doing that in right now.
Attacking people's pockets like that, because
it's already high as it is.
Yeah, it's nuts. I feel when we go to we go to Walgreens, we go to grocery store, they already add 10% tax. They tax you for that. They give you a city tax, a state tax, Illinois, a state tax, federal tax.
Yeah,
and it's just dude.
Now they're charging for bags at stores.
It's so many taxes. I'm getting confused about what we're getting taxed on.
You can't keep up.
And they're charging us 7 to 10 cents a bag. So it's just kind of so now you want to bring in more revenue by taxing us, and then on top of that, you want to tax the corporations huge, which we all know about the trickle effect. Once they start feeling some financial burden,
then they're not going to hire people.
How are they supposed to create jobs? So I just think that the Illinois Democrats, they need to tread carefully, and they said that it's not going to pass, which
it sounds like it.
I know it's not, but the fact that they can pass this legislation over, just past that, it's nuts.
It is crazy. I'm glad it sounds like it's not going to go into law. That would, like you said, the trickle effect is the worst part. It'll start hitting corporations, and I'll start hitting the pockets of their people. They can't hire people. Who loses the jobs? Just the regular coworkers.
Yeah, which for that reason, and I know this is a quick hit, real quick, but this is one of the reasons why I think the last 2 years, or this is the first year, the last 2 years that Illinois has lost people. Just residents, and they're going to other cities.
It's been a lot.
It's been a lot. I think it was 6,000 or 7,000 this past year. So it seems like they're going to keep on that trend, because at one point, you're squeezing people. Yeah,
a lot of people just can't. You can't afford to live here when rent is so high. You're not necessarily making more money.
Yeah.
And what I was reading, they said they can't go 3 years in a row without their budget being set. So this is a surefire way to do it, to raise taxes, to give the more money into the city, so they can pay off a lot of their debt that they're in, and try to help fix their budget. So turning it on the people, in order to recoup that money is just like crazy thinking.
No, it's crazy.
It's just
like you're gonna lose more people.
Yeah, it's just gonna bounce,
and you're gonna lose companies.
You're just gonna bounce.
So yeah.
It's just a trickle effect, and I don't think it's good. So it sounds like it's not gonna go in, to law. But if you haven't done your research on that, that's important to know. Do your research on that.
Absolutely. And then the next thing that's been going on in Chicago. So DNA Chicago, I think the reporter was Kelly Bauer. She's awesome. I follow her on Twitter. She released or she wrote a story on Bottle Blonde. Blind. So it's like a restaurant by day, nightclub at night, and I think they're based out of Scottsdale, Phoenix, or something like that.
In Arizona, yeah,
in Arizona. So they're so basically they're in River North, and their dress code is absolutely ridiculous. So essentially, they're telling people that you can't wear Jordans, Air Maxes, Air Force Ones, no jewelry. For guys, no male jewelry, no leather jackets, no leather, no white tees, no affliction, nothing with symbols, nothing that's worth any sign. So basically, they want you to come to their nightclub naked. And essentially, what they're doing is they might as well put up a sign that says, we don't want any people of color here. Right?
That is essentially what it is, and that's why they're in uproar. I think, was it CBS Chicago, did a story on them today.
Yeah.
And, we're only talking about this because we have, we've been there in the past. We have friends that go there. It's a pretty popular spot, in Chicago. And I've even had my birthday there a couple of years ago as well, too. So, we all venture there a lot. Yeah. And I feel like they need to, rise up and change it and do something about that. It's, for you to blatantly, just target that in your posts and say, you can't wear these things. But then I was looking on DNAinfo.com and, looking at pictures of, what people were wearing, and they were wearing some of the things that were banned, and they were still in the bar. So
it's nuts.
They almost got clown of the week for this, unfortunately.
Almost, because I'm going to read it here verbatim. So no plain white tees, long tees. I said teams like I'm Drake. Long tees, denim, flannel, zippered shirts, cutoff shirts, deep V-necks, mesh shirts.
Why gotta be a deep V? What about a regular V?
Yeah, overalls, cargos, acid wash, pants with the zippers, joggers. I'm like...
So basically everything.
Basically everything.
Anything you would wear is banned.
Like statement shirts, beanies, hats. It's just like, come
You know
on.
what they're doing by naming pretty much anything. They're probably trying to save themselves and say, oh, you can't target a certain demographic. I can't talk right now when we have all these things on here. But they know what the real deeper meaning is. We figured it out. We're on you guys.
And
we're on you.
And I left the Yelp review, which, I got a lot of comment funny likes on it, whatever, just destroying them because you remember
what happened. You gotta tell the people the incident, because I was with you that night.
So the first time I went to Bottle Blind, and me, when I go out, we're gonna spend money.
He gets after it.
I get after it, and I came through the first time. I just had my Jordans on. I'm clean. I just had my 11. It was my Concord low tops.
Okay.
And summertime, so I just
Always.
walked in. Yeah, it was just I was super chill. It was nothing about me that screamed like I was gonna start any trouble. And the bouncers, they basically told me that I couldn't get in. So I ended up me. I tend to get very heated when I feel like I'm being discriminated on, like anyone else would or should. And after that, I had my words with those chump bouncers, and after that, I left. I was like, whatever. Second time, it was meeting up with you.
Yep.
And this is last year sometime. We were just catching up, and essentially, I had I still had my work clothes on, so I literally had some of my jeans on, and I had my sweater vest, and on top of that, I had my Jordan, and I still had some Jordans on again, and then they told me I couldn't come in, so I went home, switched shoes, and all of a sudden they're like, you can't come in.
Yep, I remember that,
and I was just like, wait, what? So I don't know. So it was a bunch of craziness. It was whack. And I end up switching anyway. I end up switching my shoes. We went in there, but after that was the last time that I ever been there. And I
haven't been back since.
And I haven't been back since. I'm not going to spend any money there, and I don't want anyone who's listening here. If you live in Chicago, do not go to Bottle Blonde. Do not spend any money at Bottle Blonde because they're racist. and they're pricks, and they don't deserve our money.
Whoa,
There's 1,000 other places in downtown Chicago that will take you.
that's pretty aggressive, my man. That was pretty aggressive.
I
but
hope
I know you've always had crazy feelings about Bottle Blonde. So,
yeah, and bouncers in general. I think I want everyone there to be fired. I want them to close it.
Yeah, they need to spark some change there, and we're only saying this. They need to change up their line of business, because it could be a decent place to go if they were doing things the right way and not it's targeting a certain people. I'm a terrible friend for that day too, because I remember when you got kicked out and had to go get some shoes, I still went in and had you come back.
I know.
I'm a terrible friend for that.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I'm sorry, man, but I'll holler at you inside.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
man.
terrible for that though.
So it's all good.
No, it's all good. Things happen, but hey, you guys about a blind got to get it together. You almost got clown of the week for this.
Yes.
But, we
Losers.
still love Chicago,
Horrible
always.
establishment.
But before that, we need to get into some music talk before we hop into anything else. And we were looking at these Billboard charts, I think, for this past week, getting into music. And Linkin Park, man, we didn't even know, they were still hopping like that. But then we looked up, they, were #1 on the Billboard album charts for this past week.
Shocked.
What was their... They had a couple songs, back in, the early 2000s, with that song with Jay-Z.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is, it was before Jay, and then Jay hopped on.
Yeah, he hopped on the remix and it blew up.
Yeah, but it was Numb. That's the only Linkin Park song that I know.
They had a few other songs. They had quite a few other hits, but they're still #1. Clearly, I think they had 115, 112,000 copies sold this past week.
Their fan base is nuts. So it's the rock and roll fan bases and their fans, they treat their artists with respect. That doesn't happen with hip hop. Once you kind of get old and whack, unless you're like Jay and Nas or someone, they basically turn their back on you. So
a lot of them, Jeezy still gets his core fan base. Obviously Nas does. T.I. kind of has his core fan base, but yeah, it definitely dwindles as you get older.
Yeah.
To where just the core fans, I don't think they'll ever be putting up 110 or 120,000 sales anymore.
I think Linkin Park, did they end up with over 200?
No, that's actually, I think it was 115,000 for this past week,
okay.
Which is still good for them. But yeah, it finished #1 this past week.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great.
And they're going on a big worldwide tour soon.
Okay. Cool.
With my guy too. So
next, I don't want to. I'm not talking about Machine Gun Kelly. I'm not talking about you anymore.
All right, thank you. About time. You need to get over it.
All right,
Bryson Tiller too.
Yes, his album came out this past Friday. He actually dropped it a couple weeks in advance. I think he said he was going to drop it on the 17th or something, or 24th of this month. So he was going to drop it in way later. He surprised us, thinking he was acting like he was Beyonce or something like that. And
is he that's what I was
I know. I know that you don't agree with me in thinking that Bryson has the star power. I think he does. But I had a chance to listen to his album because I was on a 10-hour flight this past weekend, and I thought his album was dope. It was cool. There wasn't any standout tracks like that I feel are that's basically radio friendly. But he has, he has some good jams on there that you can kind of jam to if you was at the gym or you're at work and you have some free time, kind of throw on the iPod and stuff. But overall, if I had to rank it on a scale of 10, with 10 being the best, I would give his album a 7. I thought it was a solid sophomore effort. It just doesn't have the standout singles.
Yeah, and the songs that you could tell he were trying to make singles, we'll see if over time they'll pick it up to make singles. I don't think this album will have the long-lasting effect of his first album.
It sounded like it was
cool.
Yeah, this whole album basically sounded like his whole rapping, singing, Bryson Tiller in the cut, Gucci verse on that one on Gucci's Christmas track album thing that he did. So it sounded like one big album like that where he's in the same cadence, he's rapping, he's singing, and he's really feeling himself this album.
It was cool.
He thinks he's indestructible now.
Well, I think he's gonna have a dramatic fall, have a rude awakening, and that's why Party Next Door was trying to say how you need to learn how to sing before they culture vulture his song, his swag, and that's exactly what they mean. Bro, you better figure it out. I think it was pretty good. I would say it was cool. Yeah. The bigger question is if he thinks he's that good enough to can be dropping on a couple hours notice like he's Beyonce. I don't know about that.
I don't know. I mean, the only thing is I know Bryson. He loves his daughter a lot, which is cool. Which is awesome. But he looks like a mini LeBron James, which I don't think that's awesome.
Yeah. That's hilarious. But his album's expected to possibly, be number 1 on the charts next week. With predictions over like 120,000, so which would be pretty good for him. From I think it said his first album did like 22,000 the first week.
Yeah, it
something like that.
It picked up steam later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of albums are doing.
Which
these days,
I don't think this one will.
Yeah, I think it's shelf life.
Yeah, I think his expectations were too high.
For sure.
And sometimes that happens with the pressure when you succumb to the pressure, and then your sophomore album isn't as good as the first one. It happens
for sure. And I want to get into Logic really quick while we're talking about album sales. So this will give you a little bit of the backstory.
Sumter's boy,
man, something just seems a little bit fishy for all of you who know Logic. He had a well received most recent album that came out, and I think it sold well over 200,000 copies in the first week. Went Billboard number 1 on the charts. That the issue with that is the second week they said it was almost up to an 87% drop in album sales. Like the second week he only sold like maybe 36,000 copies, and I guess for the music industry, for that much of a drop off has to be super alarming. And I honestly I don't know, but the label he's on, Def Jam. And I don't want to start anything, but man, sometimes when there's smoke, there's fire. A lot of times if you see that big a drop off in sale, when Def Jam has been known to buy albums, kind of make me have to wonder, like, did Def Jam buy a lot of those albums? And the way they spent it, they said, oh, he has so many core followers, core fans that they purchased the bundle, like the pre-order, and it was like over 111,000 of them, which are like one-time sales. So that is the reason for the second week drop off, because they bought the album once. Is that true? It sounds like maybe even Def Jam bought 111,000 copies of those bundles. It's still, and I guess just the lasting power of the album for it to drop off that bad and it's always continually getting worse. Like the bigger issue is really good album, but how come it doesn't have staying power? And that's what I kind of want to get at. Like, are they buying albums, or people just don't care after the first listen?
No, I mean, you can't, you just can't ever just say that, someone's buying albums. You don't have the proof. You don't have the facts.
I don't. I'm definitely speculating.
So you have your conspiracy Brian hat on right now, which it's not accurate. So
do you know that?
I mean, I don't know that either. So, but at the same time, Logic, he's been consistent in terms of just like his fans coming out in the past. And what label would do that from the first album moving, from the first album, really.
Okay.
And he sold pretty well on the first album.
For sure.
So it's just like, why would you buy albums on the first one in which I don't think that Def Jam knew he was going to be so big, or
for sure,
or had that big of a core fan base. So it's something is weird, but I just think that happens when your album doesn't have like the replay value.
And that's what I'm saying. Is that the bigger question? Is why do people not stream it, and like why is it still not being replayed?
Because his album was dope. Like the only person that I know that's listening to it like that is quote unquote Steven Sumter. Even though he sent us a text message of him listening to Drake, really, but had the Logic album
in the background, and he was the one that tried to say he hates Drake. Yeah. And then he had a Drake song, and then he tried to say it was from the one album that he likes. Yeah, it was like nothing was the same or something like that.
Yeah,
he got caught.
It was like he got caught.
Funny guy,
he was definitely fraughting. He was fraughting big time.
But he loves Logic.
But hey, that's my guy though. But he was fraughting. But
he loves Logic.
But yeah, so I mean, his album was dope.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have a lot of replay. It doesn't have any replay value. And that same thing with Kendrick with his last album, like Untitled, or even Damn, like. It was cool in the first listening, but I'm not gonna just pop it in and just be like, all right.
I think
when
you when you replay albums over and over, you want to hear like more bangers if you like working out or somewhere.
Yes.
You don't always want to hear like slow introspective music. It's for like here and now, like when I feel like it, but not to just be bumping when I'm driving.
Like More Life is still bumping. I'm bumping that.
They got some heaters on there.
I'm still bumping. Big Sean's album.
For sure.
And what's another good album that dropped this year? Actually, J.
Rick
Cole.
Ross's was dope.
J. Cole put me to sleep.
No, that was not good. Rick Ross album.
Rick Ross album. That album, I'm still bumping, is in the rotation. So
for sure.
Those albums, they got the replay value because
for sure
I can listen to them if I'm walking to work. I can listen to them if I'm working out. I can listen to them if I'm just vibing. So yeah,
for sure. It's been a good year, I would say, overall for albums and music in 2017. Everyone's kind of bringing their A game. I feel like overall music is in a good place, and it's just in time for summer. summer.
Yes.
Summertime shy. Man, it's no better time. Concerts, festivals. I don't know about y'all, but I'm super hyped for this time of year.
Yeah, it's going to be dope, and I think and this is kind of off our subject a little bit, but I know this summer Calvin Harris is dropping his album.
Oh yeah, hey, Calvin still was my guy. He's had some trash songs lately.
But hopefully he heats up the summer like he typically does, and then I know 21 Savage has some heat coming out
for sure.
And,
festivals, sound like Jay-Z might be coming out this summer, probably later this summer season on festivals.
So I mean we'll see. It's festival season, so it's going to be a very interesting summer.
A lot of good music coming out.
Yeah. You'll definitely be hopping off of couches.
Oh yeah, here. Can't wait for the summer. No better place than Chicago.
Yeah.
But this portion of the podcast is sponsored by Green Wave Dispensary, downtown Lansing, Michigan, conveniently located on the corner of Oakland and Cedar. For all your cannabis products and more, check out our boys in Lansing, Michigan. This dispensary is not in Illinois, Michigan folks only. Their website is greenwave.co. Again, that is greenwave.co. We need to get and talk about some things on TV, man.
Reality TV.
For sure.
All right.
It's been a crazy time for some reality shows. A lot of people from Chicago on reality shows. Have you noticed that lately?
Yeah, man. Chicago, where is that? Because
I guess.
I mean, think about it. Like, Chicago's one of the cities where, people, you get married at a later age, you have kids later. So, it leaves you just looking for love. There's a lot of crappy dudes out there. There's a lot of horrible females.
In this city, man.
Yeah, like in this city. And, this city, you'll get caught up in the rapture real quick if you don't find a good one.
Man.
Yeah.
I've seen them all go downhill.
Any young kids, if you're looking to move to Chicago and you're looking to find love, if you find a good guy, if you find a good girl,
keep them.
Keep them.
Keep them.
Keep them. Because if not, you're going to be single forever.
Please just keep them.
If you stay here.
If you don't take any other advice from this podcast, please just keep them.
Yeah, just keep them. Don't write them off. Keep them. Even if you guys take breaks.
Trust us.
And then you come back, you get with that person again later down the road. Just keep them in your life because once again, it's crazy city.
It's crazy.
But anyway, so like you said, I think on the Bachelorette, the contestant there, or like the girl, she's African American, and she's the first African American person.
Absolutely, ever.
The Bachelorette or Bachelor,
or the whole series.
Yeah, the whole series. Yeah, so which is huge, and she's from Chicago, right?
There's actually like 4 or 5 people from the Chicago show on there.
So it's a bunch of people from Chicago on there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Those guys, okay. So they have a bunch of scammers on there, and they're trying to vie for vie for her love. So like, what are your initial thoughts on like the episodes?
The biggest part is it just seems like I don't know all these guys like that either, but it seemed like from their job titles and what they do, that seems like the Bachelorette series is almost kind of like fishing at the bottom of the barrel in terms of like talent. Yeah, it's just like a lot of one cat. And I don't know who it was. One cat, his job title, he was a startup recruiter. Like, what is the startup recruiter? Nah, it was some sketchy job titles where it was this based like recruiting consultant
if we don't know him, he ain't popping up. Period.
We've been in that industry for a while, so if he's a startup recruiter, probably not.
Yeah,
that's going to be my guess is there. But man, just and some of the people, it seemed like there's more like characters of themselves. Like I think one dude had like a penguin with them. One dude kept calling himself like Boom Guy or something like that. And I think I might have it wrong, but I think I counted like 4 or 5 dudes from Chicago.
Yeah.
And for the first time ever, I told my boy at work the other day, I was like, man, I've never seen so many black people in the Bachelor series. They got like a bunch. One's even like a pro wrestler. I think his name's like Kenny King. Like,
is he at that Lakeview Summerfest?
Hopping off the top turnbuckle and the cats. No, that festival's sweet.
Man, that's the only thing about these reality shows. I feel like when black guys come on them, man, they be making people look mad corny.
For real, especially the guy. I heard last episode. I haven't seen it, but last episode, then some guy get caught like with his girl. I don't know who it was, but he got kicked off because this girl came on. Like,
he tried to scheme. He tried to scheme and go on reality TV.
Like if you know that, someone's gonna find out. They're gonna tell your girl.
Yeah.
Like unless you just did that on purpose. But man, I just had to like comment brief because girls love that show. Like I swear at work all the time people talk about the Bachelorette.
And so, do you think, because she's a black woman, is this show like how's it doing with the ratings? Is it holding up to the other ones?
That I'm not sure. I think overall it's not like being taken in or invested emotionally the same, like in terms of like the ratings, the critics right now. But it's still early. I think they from what I've heard, the first episode, I see they do have some sleeper dudes that'll probably be all right like later, or maybe could be like a future batch. So I mean I think it'll be all right. It just depends on like the drama as the season escalates. The girl's pretty though. It's cool that they chose her.
She's dope. I just don't think that their fan base, which is majority, just white women, I don't think they're going to be able to connect to to a black woman.
I guess we'll find
but
out,
that's
man.
just my opinion.
For sure.
But we'll see.
Your show,
We'll-
Married at First Sight, though, man. What's been going on there? You love that show.
Yeah, I absolutely love that show. I keep it with it. I binge watched it when I came back. But our guy Anthony D'Amico, he's on it, so he's doing his thing.
Yeah, man.
Him and his girl, those are my favorite couple.
Me too, by far. Like they seem legit.
Yeah.
Like they seem like.
Yeah.
I hope I'm rooting for that they make it. Like they just seem like they had like a good vibe.
Yeah,
together.
yeah, me too. And then they got the other guy from Chicago, like the black other black guy from Chicago. He's.
He seems all right. He seems like
yeah.
a little controlling. Our guy Travis, he said he knows him from way back when.
Yeah.
Lansing,
I
of
saw.
course, Trav
The
knows
funny
him.
thing is, I was watching the last episode and I saw that they were kind of showing he was showing his room and he had like some Lansing Michigan, like, jersey or hoop. So I wonder if he gave Travis a business on the court.
Yeah, he might have dunked on him a couple times.
Yeah. Talking about he know him.
Yeah,
you do
dunked
know
on
him,
bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. So he's on there. He's cool. He might. I don't think his girl's feeling him like that just from watching on the show. But hopefully they can. I'm rooting for them too. Though.
And then the other couple, they're mad. They're actually, the guy is way more corny. I think with her expectation is crazy, to where she where she wants someone who's a lot more manly.
Yeah,
like a guy.
Yeah, she's that. She wants that type.
Yeah, and that guy, he's just so he's so insecure about himself and he's so unsure. So I think that they're just going to die. So
you think they're just going to die?
Yeah.
I don't think they'll make it.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for Anthony. I think him and his girl, have the best shot of making that though.
Yeah,
but so we'll see. I think it's a good show though.
He's definitely a friend of the show.
He is a friend of the show.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right,
man. What else we got?
So Baywatch. I think the movie just came out this past weekend and essentially they surprisingly flopped.
They flopped,
and that's a roster. They had The Rock, Zac Efron. Who else was on there? Bunch of random.
There's a lot of people. When your boy Designer made a cameo, they said.
Oh no, I was gonna say. I was basically about to say throw Designer as a third person. That's my guy at the new school. Just to let our fans know.
He was why that movie flopped. They're like, Designer, I'm not going to see
that. No, chill. But yeah, so essentially, I mean, you have The Rock, who's one of the biggest draws in in the movie industry, who's also saying he's thinking about running for president in 2020. So you have him, and then you have those guys. So I don't know. I don't know why they flopped, but
I don't know either. But I had a couple people actually saw it, said it was pretty funny. I would probably watch it when it comes out on iTunes or somewhere you can purchase it online. But I'm pretty surprised though. I thought it would have been. I think where they went wrong, they turned into a comedy. They probably should have just kept it kind of how the TV show was. They basically turned into a parody of itself, and it flopped. It seems like
they're trying to do the 21 Jump Street Channing Tatum type of thing.
Yeah, and it just didn't work. And Rock's movie normally all do well. So to hear that it flopped last weekend, so if you've seen it, let us know how it was. But I'm sure I'll watch it eventually though.
All right, and then also Donald Trump. So
we got to talk about him again.
Yeah, I mean we just got to. It's just he's always in the news.
It's
so
just always something with him.
So essentially, I think his son-in-law, they're investigating him for having ties with Russia. Any quick take on that?
No, not really at all. It's just I feel like every single day they talk about us and Russia more than anything else. So when I see the topic, I just know it's something going on. I was kind of scroll to something else.
Yeah, and the last thing I'll say real quick, I know that Russia's is a big issue and definitely stay on it. However, do not forget about the other things that are happening, like the laws that are being passed, the bills, legislation, all that other good stuff. Please stay focused on the issues because he's still president, and it might take a very long time to impeach a guy at all. So, I think it took Nixon. I think it took him a couple of years to get him out the White House.
Yeah, they just they do all those things to mask what's really going on, to distract you from what's really the USA Russia.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, they're passing bills, making changes, and things
it's just
that.
Stick to the issues.
You gotta just stay on top of what's going on because it's just only gonna get crazier. Coming up soon here. So I'll be curious. And like you said, I don't think he's going to get impeached anytime soon. So we got to just move on with it. But at the end of the day, just pray, stay with your families and just keep doing what you do, like we're doing too. But this portion of the podcast is sponsored by Green Wave Dispensary, downtown Lansing, Michigan, conveniently located on the corner of Oakland and Cedar. For all your cannabis products and more, check out our boys in Lansing, Michigan. This dispensary is not in Illinois, Michigan folks only. Their website is greenwave.co. Again, that's greenwave.co. And man, before we wrap up and get to our favorite segment of the week, we've just been, watching podcasts and, getting various ideas and see how we can get better ourselves. We just want to give a quick shout out to the Loudspeakers Networks. They seem like they're doing, a lot of big things in the podcast world. They have some like the biggest podcasts out there, signed. So just want to give a big shout out to them.
Yeah.
And, just, let them know that we realize what they're doing. We appreciate that.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're awesome. And, Chris Morrow, he seemed like a cool dude. I think he follows us on Twitter, and
Yep.
then, and obviously, we're huge Charlamagne fans, and so yeah, it's cool to see like they're just doing it big, and it seems like they're trying to make a big move out there in the industry. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Alternative Fact Chicago, we're coming.
Oh yeah, we've been making some good waves, and what's it been since February?
Yeah,
man, it's just crazy, and I think it's just the fact that people know the realness of it. We just get on here, we make mistakes, we clown, we joke, but it's just our real honest opinion, and
we're coming.
Yeah, we're coming, man. It's gonna be a good summer, a long summer, but no, like I said, we appreciate everything, man. It is time. I think I'm going to let you go first, but for all those who have missed it and have not ever heard our Clown of the Week, go to our previous episodes.
Yes, it's
funny. It's
a
great segment. It's just a quick, minute snippet of when we can just, talk about anybody we want and, why they're a clown for this past week. So there's been a lot of good ones, but I think with how crazy this year has been and just it's going to be a lot more. So be on the lookout. You better hope you don't get caught next.
Yes. So my Clown of the Week goes to Kathy Griffin. So, like the other day, she was doing something with CNN where she basically had like Trump's head, basically bloodied, seemed like he was beaten, and I'm like, dude, why do you have the president's head basically decapitated, and you're in the video and you're poking fun of it, and it's just like for someone in your position. And you don't got to like Trump. You don't got to like the guy. You don't got to like his policies. At the end of the day, you have to respect the office of the president, and not the you don't have to respect the person, but the office of the president. So it's just like what she did was just not funny. I think it was corny. She's corny in general. She's basically like the woman version of Andy Dick, and he's hella corny. And I just think that, it's mad whack that she did that, and it's very unprofessional. And I just think that, like she's such an idiot. You could literally she's going to be followed by the Secret Service, the FBI, the CIA, because, you're threatening to basically kill the president. That's essentially what it is.
Essentially what it is.
And we posted it on our Instagram today, and I had a bunch of people fight me on it. Some, a couple of losers were, posting comments trying to defend it, and I'm like, no, you can't defend it. Like, no matter what, you don't wish death on people. I think that's mad whack. So she's getting the Clown of the Week. Kathy Griffin, you're not funny. You're a clown. You look like a bozo. You won't have a career after this. And mind you, I'm not a Trump supporter at all, but I support human beings, and everyone should live unless you're some serial killer or kid rapist type of person. But outside of that, Kathy Griffin, you're getting the Clown of the Week. You're mad corny.
That was crazy, and she backtracked immediately. Kicked out an apology that did not seem sincere.
No. Someone literally had a gun behind her head and told her to do it. I just think it's whack. She's like that's all I can say. I can't even put it into words outside of the fact that I think she's super lame and she is an imbecile. And you just don't threaten the president. It's like, when will people learn?
No, it's crazy. And she was trying to backtrack very quickly, man, because she knew it. And didn't she get fired from CNN
I think,
or some New Year's Eve she's going to do?
They said she can't. They won't be having her do it. And it's just like, do a Stephen Colbert. Like, talk your shit. Like, talk and be able to articulate yourself.
Yeah.
But to physically do that is like, you should know better. You're a comedy person. You've won Emmys.
She probably didn't think it was gonna go over as bad as it did.
Yeah, I know. Just have your team of writers work on some funny stuff.
Maybe they set her up. Yes. Like, let's find a way to get her out of here.
So I think she's been my biggest Clown of the Week this whole year thus far.
Yeah, she's taking a big L for that, and she's probably gonna go down for a while with some money, whatever sponsorships, they're all gonna back away. Yeah. Like I said, you just can't threaten the president. People don't always forget that it's a 7-year felony for threatening the president. Like, people just think that they're just gonna let it go. Yeah. People used to get thrown in jail for Obama, like threatening him in the past. Yeah. And people don't know that. Yeah. So people just think they're not gonna do anything.
And that was off of Twitter. Yeah. So she's blatantly doing it.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's crazy. Big mistake of mine. Man, another one I've had a couple of hate. It had to be him type days in this podcast, but I used to love, her as an artist, 4 or 5 years ago. She just had some bangers and just seemed cool. But man, Katy Perry, what happened to you the past couple of months, maybe almost like the past couple years? She is turning into what we've said it before, like joking, like what Miley Cyrus used to be. She seems to just, culture vulture the hip hop lane right now to where it's almost like it's embarrassing. We were watching the Billboard Awards and I think, Migos were up there, singing their song Bad and Bougie. And Katy Perry just danced so corny for the time that she was up there. It was terrible, like no rhythm.
Dabbing.
Just playing, dabbing, just, basically just looking like a corny white girl up there. And I was like, I just saw this to love her. I was like, man, this is how far she's gone. And just her antics, a lot of things she says. That one video when she was talking about Obama, like the video she like didn't mean to like release, but ended up coming out. And then some other video I saw where she was on some TV show and she was on there just like her head, just like almost like cut apart, like for her Bon Appetit video to kind of promote that. And I'm like, what? I mean, it was kind of funny, but it's the fact that Katy Perry, someone of her stature, doesn't need to be doing that. Like,
she's a culture vulture.
Yeah, she wants to be like the superstar she is. She used to be like one of the hottest out, and I think she's just falling off. I don't know if it's the people she's with, her life experiences. Hollywood just makes people crazy. And
she
seemed like she's losing it.
Yeah, she switched with Miley.
Yeah, she is. She took her place. It's crazy. And the craziest part for her is she just got that check, that bag. Then American Idol just signed her up for what, like 20 or 25 million for this next season. So she's probably like,
she got the bag.
Yeah, she's probably like, F it. Man, like I'm going to just act crazy because they just gave me 25 million. But, she can't, they always, I feel like the biggest artists always lose their way a little bit. She's got some time to turn it around. But for now, I just think she really need to get it together. We miss you, Katy Perry. Not this Katy Perry, but for now, you get the clown of the week.
Yeah, she's mad corny too. That's all I can say. She's whack.
Yeah, she used to be like, she used to have like her moment when she was like everyone like Katy Perry, but like now I can't even vibe with that.
No, because it doesn't come off as genuine.
Not at all.
And as we know, like with or just doing a podcast or just anything you do in life, if you're not genuine, people aren't going to connect with you. I have this conversation with people all the time. The reason why if you go into a room and someone's not feeling you is because you're not putting your best foot forward. People can feel that energy.
Yep, you got to give out the energy you want to return.
Exactly,
always.
And it has to be authentic. And she's coming in dabbing and dancing like
like a buffoon.
Like a buffoon, like a chicken with his head cut off.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, man, like, you're better than that.
She oh my gosh, she's
those are some.
That's basically Kathy Griffin level of corniness.
Those are some good ones this week, man, for sure. But plug all of our sites before we get up out of here. Where can they find us? Where can they leave comments? Where can they email us?
Yes. So please follow us on Instagram, Alternative Fact Chicago. That's our Instagram, and please leave comments. We get back to every person that sends messages. So please hit us up on there. We're on Twitter. I believe it's AFAC Chicago.
Yep.
That's our Twitter account. We'll follow you. For us, we're not one of those bougie accounts who don't follow. We love interacting.
We're always interacting. That's good though, man. We like being out there and talking about what's going on.
Yep. And there's so much news out there. So we will definitely follow you and just send us messages. We love supporting people, in other podcasts, and also, our SoundCloud,
Yep. Alternative Fact Chicago to SoundCloud.
Yep. Just, look us up.
Yep. iTunes is Alternative Fact Chicago as well, too. We got Facebook, Alternative Fact Chicago.
Google Store, Google Play, Alternative Fact Chicago.
Yep. We even got a YouTube account. So we're everywhere. AlternativeFactChicago@gmail.com is the email address. You can hit us up on there, too. Please, serious inquiries only. You will not respond. We started getting some, BS messages. We're not going to respond to those. Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I know we got a lot of things going on, but please.
Yeah. So once again, if you guys are, looking to partner up with us, any type of sponsorships, our email again is alternativefactchicago@gmail.com, and we are pretty prompt in our response. So we just want to make sure that we stay humble. And
Kendrick,
like humble, be humble,
humble.
and just make sure that we're giving our fans the best content as possible. And once we bring these sponsors to the mix, then we're really going to be able to. I want to be able to record every week if possible.
Oh, yeah, definitely going to be going every week.
Yeah.
We got a lot of big plans. This is just only the beginning for what you see. So a lot of big things coming our way. And, we can't expect, it's crazy how fast it's gone, but we're humble. We appreciate it.
We're up out of there.
And we thank all the things that we're up out of there. Yeah, man, it's coming. Oh. But no, we actually put in a lot of hard work. So, and we appreciate everyone. And we'll continue to always give you the best content possible. So that's episode 7. That was a good one. That was a dope episode.
Yeah, the dope episode. And, you know, once again, I'm Bobby. I'm with my boy B Hun. We'll see you guys in a couple.
Alternative Fact Chicago.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All right, love you guys.
We'll be back. We're out.
Peace.